Hi, my name is Dr. Scott Kellogg. I'm a clinical psychologist, addiction psychologist, and psychotherapist here in New York City, and I'm glad to be joining the Zencare network of psychotherapists. So in 2001, I discovered the power of Gestalt chair work, and that completely changed my practice. So what is chair work? Chair work is an approach to psychotherapy that's based on the idea that it is healing and transformative for us to speak from our inner parts, voices, or selves, or for us to enact or reenact scenes from the past, the present, or the future. So for example, a patient comes to me and says, I'm in a dilemma about whether to leave my job or whether to stay. So I might say, why don't you sit in this chair and speak for the part that wants to leave. I don't like my current job, I want to make more money, I want to move forward, I'm bored, I want some excitement, I want some adventure. But then the other part, I have them sit over here, they go, I'm afraid to leave, I'm worried about money, this might be a disaster, I want security. And so we have this encounter between these different parts of the selves. We clarify the different parts of the selves, and people can make a decision one way or the other, or maybe a third option emerges that they hadn't thought of before. Another version of this is the patient says, I lost somebody, I'm in a state of grief and I'm having trouble getting over it. So I say, why don't you sit here and imagine that person in the chair opposite and speak from your love. Maybe speak from your anger that they're not here. Maybe speak from your sorrow. And releasing these emotions also helps people move forward and break through these mourning or these grief blockages. People come to psychotherapy because they're in pain. And the foundation of psychotherapy is the therapeutic alliance. Some sort of connection between the patient and the therapist, and if that isn't there, there is no therapy. But in my opinion, it's typically not enough. So I combine chair work with a range of evidence-based practices. And typically the kind of things I focus on are self-hatred. Many people are filled with voices telling them they're bad and they're no good, that frighten them. And this is at the heart of really most of the anxiety and the depressive disorders. People have addictions or problematic behaviors, but the behaviors are out of control, and I work on that. People have trouble with anger. People have trouble with grief, as we saw before, but also people have trouble with trauma or mistreatment by others, and we go back into these stories, and we rework these stories. People are in difficult relationships even now, relationships perhaps they're not willing to end. So we sort that out. How do I claim power? And more broadly, how do I claim my voice? Many people are afraid to speak. Either they don't have their voice or they're afraid to use it. And the last thing I work with is self-compassion. Many people are very compassionate towards others, but have no compassion for themselves. And this is a new wave, new approach to therapy that I've been very involved with. So I would say at the end of the day, my therapy is not a therapy for everybody. It is intense, it is highly emotional, and it is very dramatic. But I think it might be of use to people who are very serious about getting better, or people who've been in therapy before, and the therapy is not worth it. So I thank you for your attention, and I wish you well on your journey.